Hey, I'm Agate, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Welcome back, guys. I've got your pick a card reading for April here, dealing with Aries energy this month. 3 different piles here, 2 cards in each pile. Going to be looking at the energy coming in for you, and then with the tarot cards, going to be looking at just an additional supporting message, some clarification for the energy coming in for you, I guess. Pick intuitively. You can pick based off of your favorite number out of 1 through 3, or the pile that your eyes are drawn to. I've also got stones here. They're all Aries stones. I've got what is this, fire agate? It's actually, I really like fire agate. It's one of my favorite stones. I've also got red jasper, which is like one of my top 3. Red jasper's lit. Also a Cancer stone, but it's an Aries stone as well. And I've got Bloodstone here. So if you know anything about stones, you can pick your favorite stone, or if you like stones, you can pick the one that you liked and go with that pile. Hi, Mama. Hi, girl. You gotta... Why? Why are you trying to be in all my videos? Chelsea says, hey, y'all, let me... Come here. Come here. Sit. Not right there. Look, listen. Sit down. Sit. Right here. Yeah. Sit down, Mama. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you. Thank you. You trying to be famous, huh? Chelsea said, ooh. You telling the people about the PickACard readings? Let me see what's popping. So... Anyways, pick a pile based off of whatever you feel like is the pile for you, okay? So we're just going to go on and get started. For the first pile, that's the people that are going for the fire agate stone. Let's see what we got popping off in April for you here. No place like home. With COVID-19 happening, yeah. And then you've got art, which is a temperance in this deck. So for the month of April, very blunt, very literal, no place like home. A lot of us are stuck in the house. Some of us are, considered, what is it, essential infrastructure. So we're not in the house. We're actually going to work, but outside of work, like, we're not really doing much if you're following, the law right now, or following the suggestions of the law, which I'm just going to throw this out there, you guys, as much as I'm not into this because I don't understand why we're trying to take precautionary measures after the fact, but the longer we don't comply, the longer it's going to take, and then that also gives way for people to start getting ideas of taking extreme measures to enforce these rules. So stay y'all's asses at home, please. You extroverts, chill out, stay at home. Go run around in your backyard or something. But you've got no place like home here. Outside of this coronavirus stuff, this energy is coming up for you because, that is where you're at right now. But because you're at home, it means that you're in a space to shift and change things that you need to within your life that relate to you and not what you're involved in, not your work, not your friends, not your family. This is a time for you to, this is a time for you to take all of this, abundance of extra space to do the things that work for you. And this card resonates with the energy of 50, which is 5 amplified by 0, which does point to the energy of change, right? And supporting this card here, you've got art. And I think I talked about this in the coronavirus reading that I put up, so check that out. I'll have that link down below. You've got the art card here, and I think I talked about this being a time for us to really delve into and tap into our passion. So for those of you that went to this pile here, the month of April for you, especially if you're stuck at home, or especially if you're stuck not being able to do what you normally do, use this time to pour your energy into the things that you are passionate about. Use this time to be creative. Use this time to, if you're a writer, write some things. If you're an artist, paint something. Animate something, sculpt something. If you are a dancer, come up with some choreography. If you're a musician, come up with a composition or write a song. Whatever it is that you can do to tap into your creative energy, go on and do that during this time. And then this card in this deck also resonates with this energy of, this abundant change coming through after putting in a lot of work. So no place like home. Go back into you, go back to the self, and work on what it is that truly makes your heartbeat, truly resonates with you. Okay, that's what you need to use the month of April for. Excuse me. All right, y'all, for my number 2 pile, picking the red Jasper here. Look at this stone. I love red Jasper. This is, honestly, I might say it is my favorite. No, it's not. Labradorite is my favorite. Red Jasper is number 2. But if you're picking that pile, let's see what's popping off for you in the month of April. Ooh, soulmates, okay. And you've got the 3 of Cups. All right, so let's talk about this numerology here. As a collective, we are all dealing with this very intensified energy of change. The pile before got 50. We've got 41 here for those of you going for this pile, which is 4 and 1 breaking down into 5, which is the number associated with the energy of change, transformation, adapting to new situations, new energies. Excuse me. So yeah, let's talk about this. You've got soulmates coming up here. I've got a couple of messages for this card, but before I give them to you, because I feel the cotton mouth coming on, I'm gonna take a sip. First flipping this card over and seeing it, the first message that I really picked up was that those of you coming to this pile, and this is general, and again, remember, for this pile I have a couple messages, so stick with me. Some of you that picked this pile, I really pick up on this message of you may have like reconnected with somebody from your past, or may have just met somebody that you may not have known, but you feel very familiar with. Feel like you've known for a while, but you don't. But I more so feel like somebody that you may have already known in the past, reconnecting with them, and you've got this soulmate energy here. And so I would like to be clear and just make it known that it's not always romantic, but for those of you guys that are into the love messages, there's somebody that's come back around, or there's somebody that that you feel like you've known forever. There's a very intense energy between the two of you, and I feel like it's very positive. This is a connection that's very positive, and it's a connection that you can use to grow for yourself, and that you can also lend energy to help the other person grow. Very reciprocal here. Also, at the same time, if we're not talking about love, something that you are getting into, again, remember we're in Aries season, which is a cardinal energy, which is all about taking the initiative. If we're not looking at the love message here, something you're getting into, something you've started, some idea that you have, having this soulmate energy with it means that it is harmonious for you, that it is something that you're supposed to be in alignment with. But I'm sorry, guys, I have to go back to the love message. And you guys know I'm not into the love messages, but this soulmate card here, especially for those of you, if somebody has come back around, and even if it's not in the sense of like trying to get into a relationship, but definitely like, let this flourish, have the conversations, make sure that you're keeping up the communication, make sure that you are, putting that heart chakra energy out there, because I feel like this is an important connection for you, whether it is something that you're gonna solidify later on, or something that you just end up picking up some energy or some lessons from. It is important, but I get really positive vibes from it. Now, to go further into that, you've got the 3 of Cups here, which carries this energy of abundance, right? It's this overflowing energy of love, of happiness, of connection, of peace, of joy, and of friendship. So connected to this soulmate energy, like I was saying, this is something positive for you. So if somebody's come back around, especially if they carry a very positive energy and it's nothing but love there, I feel like just, see what's popping this time. I get the feeling that maybe there wasn't a real chance in the past, or maybe it was cut short. I don't know. But you've got the 5 energy here, which points, I keep putting this little card here, I figured it's so small. This 5 energy points to change. So something different, something is going to be different this time around. And so for those of you, I was talking about somebody that you maybe don't know, but you feel like you have. Remember that I believe in past lives. So if it's somebody new, it's maybe somebody that you knew in a past life and decided to link back up with this time around, this go around at this point in time. Even for those of you having people circling back around, soulmates, they're like, yeah, remember, we got stuff to do. So yeah, I feel like April's going to be a very positive month for you, at least on that front. Those are the cards that popped up there. So that's something important happening for you during this next month, especially, like I said, with this Aries energy. Go on and just take that initiative to see what's going down. I like that. That came up in my my favorite stone, one of my favorite stone piles. I like it. So that's the message for y'all. For those of y'all that picked pile number 2, let's go on and get into pile number 3. Before I give y'all the cards, this is Bloodstone. This is a good stone for kidney stuff and for like blood disorders, and like menstrual cramps and shit. Also good for grounding and stability and clearing out negative energy within the root chakra and the earth star chakra. All these are root chakra stones and can be used for, wow, okay. Oh, coronavirus is taking y'all out. Those stones can be used for work with your earth star chakra as well. So for those of y'all that have picked pile number 3, you know I keep it very real. It's not a bad message, but like it's a lot of confusion here. The energy popping up for you in the month of April, you've got Between Worlds, and to support it, you've got the moon here. And what is that? Nothing but a bunch of confusion and what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? Like what what are we in? So Between Worlds here, you've got, I'm doing it again. I forget that I recently picked up this Thoth deck, and I specifically picked, they had small cards, regular size cards, and large cards, and I was like, ooh, I want some small cards. So my stands are not small enough to hold the cards up without something behind it. Anyways, tangent. You've got Between Worlds here for those of y'all that picked this Bloodstone pile. And the message that I get from that is that a lot of you, especially with this coronavirus pandemic going on, are kind of in this space to where you're like, well, what is next? Because life is kind of shaken up and I don't necessarily know. I don't know maybe if I have a job after this. I don't know if my money is going to be right to get me through this, however long it's going to take. But in the same sense, I also pick up on this energy that you kind of feel relieved because whatever it is that you were doing prior to all this shit going down, you kind of weren't really rocking with, you didn't really feel in alignment with, and your soul, your spirit was already on its way to something different. It's just kind of accelerated with everything that's going on. The Between Worlds card, you've got the number 3. 3 represents laying the, like literally like planting the seeds for the foundation that you'd like to lay, really manifesting and planning and intending for the future. So I feel like for those of you that came to this pile with us being in the month of April, the first month of spring, in Aries energy, which is cardinal energy, which is initiative, for those of y'all picking this pile, you're really in this space to where you're like, okay, it's a lot of wild shit going on. I don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but I know that something different is coming in for me. With the moon card coming up here, I would like to give you the message of intuition. The moon also carries this energy of a little bit of haziness, but it also carries the energy of, you know, this voluntary change, these cycles coming in that you know are coming in, that you're willing to have come in because you're wanting to go through the cycles. You've got the Between Worlds. If you look at the imagery on this card, this flamingo, she's moving away from this kind of like drab side of the card into this side of color, and she's literally walking towards that way, walking on water, being led by intuition, being led by spirit, if we're talking about the water element. And as you know, the moon is ruled by water. The moon is associated with Cancer. In tarot, it's associated with Pisces, I believe. And both of those signs carry this energy of spirit, of intuition, of going with the flow, of going with your heart. So as you rock through the month of April, not knowing what the fuck is going on, what the fuck is going down, my suggestion to you by way of the cards is to follow your heart, follow your spirit. Whatever you feel pulled to do during this month, go on and do that, especially if it's a new idea, or especially if it's a spark that you feel, because we are working with fiery energy during this month of April. And I'll have the tarot cards. I'll have the tarot readings for all of the signs going up over the next week. So yeah, pile number 3, Bloodstone people, use this time. Listen, I'm gonna keep it very real with you. You're not going to really get a grip on what it is, like have a clear vision of what it is. You've got the Moon card here, and you've got Between Worlds here, so you're not necessarily going to know. But whatever you find yourself doing, especially if you feel like, you know, yeah, this fits, this works for me, just go on and see where it leads you. I kid you not, when you're in the energy of laying the foundation of getting something started, later on down the line, you'll look up and you'll be like, I see why I was planting those seeds. Okay? All right, y'all, that is the pick a card spread for all 3 of you. As I said in, I think, all of your readings, I will have the April tarot forecast for all of the signs going up over the next week. If you need your own reading, or if you're interested in your own reading, feel free to book one with me. I've got all of my information linked down below. Check out all of the videos that I've got linked down below too, especially that coronavirus reading. And I was laughing because I'm coming into my I'm coming into my I'm now in my Saturn return, and I texted my best friend earlier, and I was like, yo, like, this is gonna be wild. Like, the shit started with a pandemic. So I do have a video up of Saturn transiting into Aquarius from Capricorn, which I do talk about the wild energies that we're gonna be dealing with. So check out all of those things, all the videos. Thank you guys for rocking with me and watching, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.